on Naga as a hero?
I think it's very, how to say, it's something that's item dependent, and I think one of the standout things about Yatoro at TI was his itemization in one of his Naga games, where a lot of players on Naga will just default to buying the same items almost every game, right? And then if you deviate from that build in certain games, it can be amazing to get, say, the Aghanims on Naga earlier in the build. Awesome item against Lycan and Jug, so I could definitely see RTZ wanting to grab that, and obviously a big part of the reason they picked it was that they were having that Lycan matchup, if not the only primary reason. I don't think the hero is terrible, and I think it has a good laning stage and one or two good core matchups, especially to itemize Ags for. I definitely think it has a place. To me, this is a good Naga game, so I'm expecting RTZ to look good here.
Yep, I mean, like you said, definitely makes sense against the Lycan. And if you get that Ags, it works against the Blade Fury on Jug. But we'll see. It is very slow. Very, very slow.
It takes time. Sure. It does. And that's where I think EG have done a good job with the rest of their draft being pretty fast, right? Like Beastmaster just needs Helm of the Dominator. Clockwork's online basically from levels alone. Quap is one of the fastest rotating mid heroes, which can also scale. So as far as the Naga lineup goes, maybe you would have wanted one of the supports to be a slightly different hero to make her better, like Disruptor, something along those lines. But apart from that, it looks pretty stable.
What are your thoughts on it's literally a 1v1 right now because of all the rotations from the supports. It's Naga versus Lycan specifically.
Great
in
lane for Naga. It's very, very good.
And a constant proccing of Riptide, very annoying to deal with it for any melee hero.
Lycan doesn't have enough damage and no AoE damage to kill the Naga illusions, so for the most part you can just dominate and just push him out and get CS and get the free chip damage in all the time from Riptide. So I do expect if this just remains a one-on-one, I expect Arteezy to come out on top just in general here. And I also think that's why Crit is happy to just run after Moon Meander all the time on the clock. Like, if you get this one-on-one isolated, that's job well done. If both Nyx and Clock are level 1, both heroes are obviously pretty bad. But I would say, you know, later you give a little bit of lane space and you get level 6 on the Meech respectively, and it's okay. You don't need a lot of items or gold to have impact. So, it's pretty stable.
And mid lane we have Braille versus Abed, it's Lina versus Quap, and in terms of the actual CS, 17 and 5 versus 11 and 0. So Abed getting a bit crushed in the early stages. We'll see if that ends up continuing. Good to see Braille kind of, it wasn't just Braille. I think we talked about this before, but the last match they played against Quincy Crew, it felt like they were playing not to lose, which ended up meaning that they were super, super passive in everything that they did, and I think that cost them the game. As Saberlight in the top lane, taking some damage, but is trying to walk off this battery, assault Moon Meander, trying to share the damage, and will do so successfully. As Tomato gets first blood in the bot lane, so Blade Fury being expended for that.
Lion is very susceptible to Jug when he has boot level 3, and that's exactly what happened there. Tomato just ran him down with Blade Fury. If you get caught by anything as Lion, you can almost die 100 to 0, and Disruptor, any kinetic field, bit of damage and slow from Thunderstrike, and that's the job well done for Tomato, getting off to a good start. Yeah, I want to focus a little bit more on this mid lane, because this was a matchup we've talked about in Western Europe in some of the games with the Quap versus Lina, where the panel was kind of inconclusive about how this lane's supposed to go. I thought on paper Lina is favored in this lane, but then the games we saw pretty much ended in a wash in mid. This is more what I imagine this lane should look like, maybe even slightly better for the Quap than it is. Ryle's doing a very good job against Abed here. So it's interesting to see how big regional differences there can be. And it's not because the Western European mid players were playing a bad Lina. Ryle is just playing an excellent one here. And they are going to try to pressure him here with Jerax to get Abed a slightly better position in the game.
Yep, not just pressuring, but end up taking both water runes as well. So Ryle's going to need a TP from a teammate, which he's going to get right now. Fill that bottle up very nicely, and he's back to good shape here. MSS in the bot lane is going to be soloing as a result of Lion not being able to really stay here too much. Just will be stacking the jungle here. I'm assuming, yeah, Helm of the Dominator into eventual Overlord, as we're going to see the Earth. This is the game with Earth Spike and Impale, so that's going to be fun to cast.
Yep, very easy.
Just call both Impale and
the abilities are very different, so not a problem.
Yeah, you keep saying that. Like
one is ground targeted and wider, and one is target point and less wide.
Wow.
And
So
one of them is
different,
cast
right?
by a hero that's literally a bug, and the other one is cast by a hero that has been to hell. So they're not very similar.
Saberlight is going to get chased by Arteezy, but Moonmeander is in the vicinity.
Kill you used to. Oh, you might even get a third here. Dubu showed for a moment. He's going to TP. He will get out.
And it looks like he's fine.
2 kills, force a TP out, and you still have full mana. That's pretty good. That's a big win, I would say, for Abed on that quad. He might be. Is he overtaking Bryle? He is. By 5 gold.
Very big lead with that 5 gold discrepancy. That's finally, I was waiting for this. Saberlight finally goes down to the literal first item. And by literal, I mean figuratively. As you can see, Saberlight pops his ult. Nice cogs from Crip. He's going to get LSA. There's the save from Arteezy. See if they can say anything else on top of this. Jarak stuck inside the static storm. Dubu taking the heavy damage though. Finds the cover of his teammates as the Centaur continues to chase. Looks like he'll finally get that right click as there's the roar into Moonmeander into the Centaur stomp as well. It's going to be a second kill going the way of EG and a hook shot to follow onto Bryle. Finished off by Abed and EG off the setup from the song. Get 3 big kills. BKB is online for Bryle, so we can see a couple Aghanim Scepters queued up here for Undying as well, but still a ways away for both Saberlight and Dubu. I'm not sure if they'll have enough time before the high ground will be attempted here from EG. I assume going for a couple kills is Roar onto the Blade Fury Tomato. Sonic Wave to follow. He is deleted. Bryle forced the BKB and run away. And they'll lose Moonmeander yet again, so this is likely a Roshan attempt. And that is kind of what's needed for a high ground opportunity for EG.
All right, so remember
he does have his Philosopher's Stone, but is going for a 4-staff first. I assume Ags would be next if he can ever afford it, but that's a big if. But I talked about this pregame. Naga just, when you get to a certain point, it just feels like, all right, now what? And we'll see if Undying can withstand that or not. They're going to start with the Impale. The Spike Carapace as well. Yeah, Naga, all right. Arteezy's getting relatively low. Still has the Aegis, of course. They're going to use Laguna Blade to get rid of it. They'll be successful at that. They're going to lose their Nyx Assassin to start things out. As Chris just going to walk away now. Gets back into the Blade Fury. So down he goes. Roar now. Applied to Saberlight. Into the Ensnare. He just cannot move. This is why Naga is such a good counter to Lycan. Even gets whipped from the side. Adds insult to injury. As Brown Company
tower damage, but at the very least, look at the map and like the positioning of the waves, right? Arteezy is now going to start cutting top with one of his illusions, and
oh boy, Sonic Wave onto 2, doesn't get a kill, but they'll find one on Moonmeander instead in the triangle. Into the glimpse though, Abed has to pop his BKB. There's the song. A little bit of miscommunication there from EG, but
yeah,
regardless,
done with one of the 2.
It's just a charge of BKB.
Is under attack.
Yeah. Oh, shapeshift, they're gonna go for it. This is
right.
pretty damn YOLO, actually.
Yep, Tomato is a wolf. Abed is there as well, but there's the song. Gonna stop everybody in their tracks. MSS has already expended the BKB. If they can continue to chase you. Remember, wolf form makes you a very fast Cinderin. Tomato does not have the blink dagger yet that he's queued up. Oh, hook shot gonna block everybody in into the beautiful Sonic Wave with the Static Storm only connecting on 1. Let's see if they can take out Abed in the meantime. He pops his BKB though. It's not the Aghanim Scepter Static Storm yet. Omni Slash crit. Looks like he's gonna take basically all of the slashes. He's gonna get rooted now from the low ground. And he's just gonna get right click down into Oblivion. They will find MSS though, so Undying able to at least trade to some capacity here. Bryle still had his BKB. Right clicking Abed now. Looks like he's gonna be able to walk away though, just outside the kinetic field.
Radiant's bottom tower
Glimpse.
is under attack.
Bryle still left alone. Arteezy just continue to right click. The sentry is just way too much. Double kill for Arteezy. Saberlight. I mean, this is pretty good for Undying still. They're at least getting some kills.
Considering how far behind they are, that was a pretty good trade for them. Bit of a gold win overall.
Undying is smoked up, but
Arteezy
this looks like they're gonna head right. True, but they're gonna find Abed. No, the hook shot from Crit gets off the nice cogs as well. Finger of Death. Looks like it's going to be a trade of supports to start things out here.
Did he finger the wolf? I think he misclicked. It doesn't matter.
He fingered something. I saw a green bolt of lightning. Yeah. Now Tomato is being bitten. He is now a Jugger Wolf, chasing with the real wolf. Lips onto MSS into the fray. He's going to have to spin out, it looks like, as Arteezy pops that song. See if they can turn this around a little bit. Saberlight gonna get surrounded. Has the Lincolns applied to him right now. going to get stuck inside the cogs. Laguna Blade onto Naga, but not really a whole lot of damage done. But Omnislash doing a ton after the fact. You can see the roar finally expended on Tomato into the Ensnare. Not the greatest layering from EG this time, but a double Earth Strike into the Sonic Wave. Deletion of the Juggernaut. And that means the fight is over. Lotus Orb reflecting a little bit there, but Ryle will likely die. So a 3 for 2 technically. Crit bought back and died again.
Yeah, should be a 4th kill here and maybe a Roche.
Yeah.
Oh, he got out of range.
Oh.
Naga has gem, but not in range with the real one. So Moonmeander barely getting away. Can they Roche? I think they can, right? With Beastmaster?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He finds a regen. Now he definitely can.
This looks like Undying is going to smoke with 3 members right now. Moonmeander scouting things out. Has Impale again. MSS just standing there. Oh, all right. Vendetta into the Impale. Bryle with the LSA Laguna Blade, but Jarex jumps in, gets the nice sheep onto Bryle to start. Static Storm not going to do much. Glimpse back into Jarex, though. He's going to pop the Goat Scepter. It means he's going to burn just a little bit faster, but he actually lives because of the right click. There's the song reset. MSS is healing up, so this is doing something. Sonic Wave, nicely timed, and Bryle looks to be very done. So BKB forced out by Abed, though. 2 for nothing. Age is still online for EG, as they're looking primed and ready to potentially take this game now. Sinner Tomato drops Wild Blade Fearing. GG is called game 1 to EG. So Naga Siren actually wins the game. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I really like how EG laned. I like how they played, and I like their overall strategy. The itemization of Naga was, in my opinion, perfect. Manta into Scotty and then Ags. It's like, to repeat something I said